Broadcasting live from Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, this is TBC News. Our top stories. Samia maximize on government's investment in education. Part of African Medical Center of Excellence scheme.
We are bringing what's available in the U.S. and in Europe to Africa.
Good evening. I am Kanki Mwaigomole. You can also follow us live via our YouTube channel, TBConline, and also get all the latest news through our Instagram, Facebook, and X pages at TBConline. President Samia Suluhu Hassan has instructed all parents to ensure that children who have reached school age to be registered in schools immediately, as the government has invested tremendously in the education sector. President Samia made the call while speaking to the residents of Ulanga, Kilombero, and Malinyi districts in stressing the importance of parents investing in children's education. Here's a report by Remy Yacinti, read by Teddy Mparanyanga.
Within the last 3 years, President Samia has invested a great deal in educational reforms in the primary and secondary education sector. The plan is to see every Tanzanian child who has reached school age being enrolled for education and benefit from the country's investment in the sector.
Tumejenga shule hizi nyingi sana.
We have built a lot of schools, and we have also reduced the cost of education through the Elimu Bure or free education program. The government is the one that bears the cost of education. I urge you parents to let children go to school. All the efforts done by the government are meant to provide service to our children.
In the agricultural sector, President Samia turns to some government leaders who abuse their power and oppress the farmers.
Tumewekwa viongozi ngazi mbalimbali.
We have put in place leaders at various levels to provide service to the citizens. So if leaders partake to the oppression of farmers, it is very unjust.
Some representatives of the residents of Ulanga, Kilombero, and Malinyi and Mlimba air their views led by the Minister of State in the President's Office for Regional Administration and Local Government, Mohamed Mchengera.
Ever since the district has been established, we never used it to have a district-level hospital. But currently, the hospital has been built. Since independence, we never knew that we could get a tarmac road here in Mlimba. But currently, through the Ministry of Works, the government has already set aside funds. Also, the contractors have signed a contract already for construction of a tarmac road. We have received 7.5 billion Tanzanian shillings for administration purposes. The district commissioner's office will be renovated.
President Samia still continues with her visit to the Morogoro region.
Meanwhile, President Samia Suluhu Hassan says that the government will continue to cooperate with sugar producers in the country so as to increase the production of the product in the country. She made the remarks when laying a foundation stone for K4 project, which involves the expansion of the Kilombero sugar factory. Peter Mganga has more details.
It is the continuation of the visit of President Samia Suluhu Hassan to the Morogoro region. And here, various stakeholders from industrial and commercial sector are gathering to eyewitness the laying of the foundation stone for the expansion of the Kilombero Sugar Company, where it is estimated that 1,500,000 tons will be produced per year after the completion of the expansion.
The expansion of this factory will bring a lot of benefits. The production that will increase here will help us to avoid using foreign currency to import sugar. So it is my expectation that after owning this project, we'll be able to produce sugar in a high quantity and we'll be able to save our money from buying sugar from abroad.
On the other hand, the Minister of Industry and Commerce, Dr. Selma Jaffo, explains further the government's strategy in increasing the sugar production in Tanzania. Within 2 years to come, the government of the United Republic of Tanzania will stop importing sugar from abroad. We have witnessed a great major reforms in the employment for more than 26,000 people, but more than 100,000 jobs, those people with self-employment. This is a great work which is done by the government of President Samia Suluhu Hassan. The country managing director of the Kilombero Sugar Company, Gay Williams, says the project will cost 744 billion shillings, expecting to increase tax payments from 44 billion to 150 billion by June 2025.
K4 is a very, very big project. It's one of the biggest that our major shareholders undertaken. The amount we are spending for this project is $292 million, and that equates to 744 billion Tanzanian shillings. That is a really significant investment in the production of sugar.
It's estimated that 16,000 jobs opportunities will be offered here at Kilombero. This is one among the initiatives which will improve Tanzania's economy as well as to improve lives of these local farmers who are found here in Morogoro at Kilombero district. Reporting from Morogoro, Peter Mganga, TBC News.
Tanzania is expected to be among the 5 African countries that will benefit from the African Medical Center of Excellence project, which involves the construction of a 500-bed coronary-level medical facility through a program implemented by the African Export-Import Bank in collaboration with London-based King's College Hospital. Here are more details.
The announcement was made by the Chief Executive Officer of the Center for Medical Excellence in Abuja, Brian Diva, when the Tanzanian Minister for Finance, Mwigulu Nchemba, led a Tanzanian delegation to visit the construction of a similar project outside of the city of Abuja in Nigeria. Diva explains further that the hospital will use modern technology that has never been used in the African continent for the treatment of blood cancer and sickle cell diseases.
That we're bringing doesn't exist currently. So when you look throughout Nigeria, the ability to produce radioactive isotopes for the detection of cancers and then the treatment of cancers, it's just not here. And you'll find the same case to be in most African countries. So we are bringing what's available in the U.S. and in Europe to Africa. Not only are we going to stop the medical tourism going out, we're going to reverse it. People will be coming to Nigeria and to Tanzania because of the great research and development that's being done and because of the expertise that is being developed in those 2 great countries.
Speaking after visiting the project that is expected to cost more than $260 million, the Minister for Finance, Mwigulu Nchemba, and the Permanent Secretary in Ministry for Finance, Dr. Natu Mwamba, say the model project will not only help medical services in Tanzania, but also will boost further medical tourism in the country.
We have seen the treatment that will be available, as well as the research and training that will accompany this hospital. It is a positive development, and we will expedite the ongoing process while addressing the areas that still need attention and completion.
We are also interested in meeting our colleagues from the Ministry of Finance here in Nigeria so that we can get clarification on a few things we would like to know, allowing us to gain a better understanding.
On the other hand, the acting ambassador of Tanzania in Nigeria, Judika Nagunwa, says the efforts made by the president of Tanzania, Samia Suluhu Hassan, in the economic and medical sector aim at revolutionizing the health sector of Tanzania.
We are relieved and happy to have received this visit. As the embassy in Abuja, we would like to congratulate the Honorable President and the government in general for recognizing the importance of improving the health of Tanzanians and ensuring they have access to quality health care.
Afrexim Bank is a Pan-African multilateral financial institution with the responsibilities of providing funds and developing business in African countries, and the hospital, along with other hospitals to be built in Ghana and Kenya, will provide advanced medical services in diagnosis, treatment, nuclear therapy, surgery, post-surgery care, and other professional services such as oncology, hematology, and heart diseases treatments.
In other news, experts from the Nelson Mandela African Institute of Science and Technology, together with the University of Florida from the U.S., have started to implement the plan to use artificial intelligence technology to deal with the challenges facing dairy cows, including diseases that can be an obstacle to the development of the livestock sector in the country. The director of the Department of Science, Technology and Innovation, Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, Professor Ladlos Mnyone, while launching the program in Arusha, says the first phase will be implemented on a trial basis in the regions of Arusha, Manyara and Kilimanjaro as part of the government's strategy to strengthen the sector in the country.
And you will all agree with me that is now the talk of the town on how Tanzania can make use of artificial intelligence as well as other emerging technologies. So I'm really humbled to hear that artificial intelligence is coming to the livestock sector, and probably it equally go to the other sectors that are related to this one. Tanzania's last analysis on the livestock sector has highlighted that despite the potential of livestock resources available in the country, the sector yet contributes only 6.9% in the GDP, which is very little for sustainable economic growth.
Some experts from the Institute say that the project will be accompanied by the establishment of a Center of Excellence for Artificial Intelligence Technology in improving agriculture and cattle keeping activities.
That our farmers are facing several challenges when it comes to livestock production, leave alone the diseases, but we have challenges on the fixed feeding and also the issue of marketing and the others. But with respect to this project, we are focusing more on the health aspects, fixed feeding, as well as productivity. So this is the area that we are going to focus and see how best these emerging technologies can help our farmers to increase their production.
This strategy aims to contribute in transforming various sectors, including the livestock and agriculture sector, through application of research by doing the following. 1, championing the application of digital and sensor technologies for industrial and economic transformation, particularly in the productive sectors such as the livestock and agriculture sectors.
And some of the participants from the areas where the project is being implemented say the project brings new hopes in the livestock sector.
The sponsor is the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and they have a history of working with our Livestock Systems Innovation Lab at the University of Florida. They also have a history of working with the Nelson Mandela African Institute for Science and Technology. And so they like to work with partners that they have worked with successfully in the past. And so they brought us together to work on this project.
Meanwhile, the Mwanza Regional Commissioner Saidi Mtanda has given a 2-month ultimatum to the contractor responsible for the construction of the Leather Products Competence Center worth more than 37 billion shillings at the Dar es Salaam Institute of Technology Mwanza campus. Here's a report by Reginald Ndesika, read by Faida Ngaga.
This is the Leather Products Competence Center, DIT Mwanza campus, where the government has invested more than 37 billion shillings for the construction of the center that is expected to produce experts in leather production.
This project has 3 main objectives. First is to increase admission of students. Secondly is to improve programs that are offered by vocational training colleges, include our college. And third is to enhance regional cooperation. This is because this project involves 3 countries, that is Tanzania, Kenya, and Ethiopia.
The construction of the center, which is being built by a local contractor, started in 2019 and is expected to be completed before November this year.
Our youth have been able to get jobs and even the surrounding communities.
This project is being carried out by local contractor Confix and Engineering Limited, is one of the few projects implemented at high standards by Tanzanians.
We congratulate our client since the payment has been coming on time, and this means a lot with regards to development of the project.
The Regional Commissioner of Mwanza, Saidi Mtanda, is stunned by the level of quality and professionalism of the local contractor.
Sometimes some people may show some level of incompetence when given major work like this, but with this project, I'm satisfied with the progress so far.
The Regional Commissioner directs the contractor to finish the project on time as agreed.
Your promise to finish these buildings in the coming 2 months has been fulfilled.
The Tanzania National Service has completed the construction and handed over to the Hanang district 73 out of the 108 houses that were being built for the victims of the Hanang mudslides that occurred in December 2023. Here's a report by Asha Thomas, read by Teddy Paranyanga.
It is a new dawn for the Ware township in Hanang district following the mudslide disaster that hit the district 9 months ago. And the government decided to support those affected areas in various ways. Today, 73 of the 108 houses are being handed over to those who could not afford to build new ones.
In disaster operations, we not only face challenges, but also work to restore the situation to a better quality. Therefore, the government has ensured the citizens who were affected and became homeless are returning to improved living conditions.
The Tanzania National Service JKT was assigned the construction responsibility.
We started building these houses in March, and today, about 4 months later, we have ensured that they are completed. These are houses that we have built professional for our fellow Tanzanians. Each house has 3 bedrooms, a living room, a kitchen, a toilet, and a bathroom. These houses are located on quite large plots, and each plot measures 800 square meters.
After about 135 days of day and night construction work, finally, the 73 houses are handed over to the government.
We are very happy to receive these houses today because the work was substantial when our brothers from Suma JKT arrived in this area. We are very grateful to the Honorable President for allocating significant funds to ensure that many of the national parks return to their original quality.
What is in front of us is the construction of a primary school and a health center, for which we expect construction to begin in 2 weeks. Despite being implemented by Tanzania National Service through Suma JKT, the project has not only benefited JKT, but also local civil technicians have also benefited.
We have been given targets that must be achieved within a set time frame, so we do our best to meet those goals. I have excellent supervisors who have taught me various skills, making me confident and capable of working anywhere.
The 73 completed houses are the ones that the government assigned to JKT to build. The other 35 houses are being built by the Red Cross Tanzania and are in the finishing stage.
Before we wind up our local news tonight, let us now have a look at today's exchange rates according to the Bank of Tanzania, BOT. Don't miss TBC News every weekday. It's now time for the international news. And here's the international news as compiled by Lulua Muhammad and read by Teddy Mparnyanga.
The Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina, has resigned and fled the country to India in the face of ongoing protests. The longtime leader of the country boarded a military helicopter after crowds ignored a national curfew to storm the Prime Minister's palace in Dhaka on Monday. Close to 300 people have died amid weeks of the protest the authorities have sought to crush. Following a night of deadly violence that killed close to 100 on Sunday, tension had remained high on Monday as protesters called for a march on Dhaka and the army prepared to address the nation. By early afternoon, however, the media reported that the mood on the streets had turned to one of the celebration after the news of Hasina's departure spread. In an address to the nation, the Chief of Army Staff confirmed that the Prime Minister has resigned and that an interim government will now run the country. The crowd celebrated the departure of Sheikh Hasina and tore down the statue of the PM. Hezbollah said that they have carried out an attack in the northern Israel. Israeli military confirms several rockets were launched from Lebanon early on Monday. An official and a soldier were injured in that attack and taken to the hospital. In another step, King Abdullah of Jordan has called for further international efforts to prevent regional expansion of the conflict. His message came as the Foreign Minister of Jordan met the Iran president to discuss the situation in the Middle East. During the meeting, President of Iran, Masoud Pezeshkian, reiterates that the Hamas political leader, Ismail Haniyeh, assassination will not go unanswered. Far-right demonstrators have attacked at least 2 hotels housing asylum seekers as the United Kingdom grapples with its worst riots in 13 years. On Sunday, hundreds of people gathered near Holiday Inn Express Hotel, used to house asylum seekers near the northern town of Rotherham, throwing bricks at police and breaking several hotel windows and setting bins on fire. Footage from UK broadcaster Sky News showed a line of police officers with shields facing a barrage of missiles, including bits of wood, chairs and fire extinguishers, as they sought to prevent the rioters, many of them masked, from entering the hotel. The arrest is the latest in a wave of rioting in the country since a stabbing rampage at a dance class last week in the northwestern town of Southport left 3 girls dead and several more injured. According to police, false rumors were spread online that the 17-year-old suspect in the knife attack was a Muslim immigrant. He was named in court last week as British-born Agze Rudabokuma after a judge lifted reported restrictions related to the people.
That was Teddy Mparnyanga with the international news. Sports news is up next. And in sports, the Minister of Culture, Arts and Sports, Dr. Dambas Dumbaro, urges sports stakeholders to promote other various sports, including golf, which can also be an income-earning opportunity. Speaking in Dar es Salaam during a closing ceremony of the KCB East Africa Golf Tour held at Lugalo Golf Club, Minister Dumbaro calls on KCB Bank and other stakeholders to invest in golf, while KCB Director Cosmas Kimario insists his bank is ready to develop the games in the country. Minister Dr. Ndumbaro planted a memorial tree at the conclusion of this year's tournament, which began in Burundi, and the 4 winners in East Africa will compete in the finals in December in Kenya. And the multi-choice Tanzania Marketing Director Ronald Shalkindo says the company has decided to invest more in Tanzanian content production with the aim of promoting Tanzanian traditions through Swahili language in East Africa. Speaking at the launch of the new Yolanda drama, Shalkindo urges young and old actors to take advantage of the film production and drama to boost their income, while the artists who participate in the drama say they are committed at providing high-quality entertainment representing Tanzanian culture.
So one of the comments that we've been receiving is that our viewers want to see new faces. In as much as they appreciate and like the old faces, but they also want the game to be stimulated. And as such, they very much prefer a combination of both, old and new. And that's why we've taken that into account with Yolanda. So this actually speaks to that space. It means with the growth of industry, obviously you will need new and fresh talents in the game, in as much as you want to retain those that have been in the game for quite some time. So yes, the doors are open for new employment.
Show what you have. Just show what God gave you, because talents are things we get from God. So since God gave you something, you have to show it off. Find the people who can help you. As for example, me, Imperial Coma is because I had a talent of acting, but I had nowhere to go and show it.
And that's the end of the sports news. The weather forecast for the next 24 hours is up next.
Hello, and welcome again to the next 24 hours of forecast, starting tonight at 9 p.m. From Tanzania Meteorological Authority, my name is Ramadan Omari. Windy is expected to flow at 30 kilometers per hour over the northern coast and Lake Nyasa. While over Lake Victoria, Tanganyika, and the southern coast, windy is expected to reach 20 kilometers per hour. And the state of the sea is expected to be slightly to moderate. And tonight, dry condition is expected to persist over most part of our country, with cool temperatures over some areas of our country, especially over southwestern highland. And the minimum temperature, especially over the coastal area, is expected to be 19 degrees Celsius up to 22 degrees Celsius. And the rest minimum temperature is expected to be 4 degrees Celsius in Beira region. And tomorrow, most part of our country are expected to be dry, with partly cloudy condition and longer sunny periods. And now, let's have a look on the next weather forecast over some regions of our country. In Dar es Salaam, we're expecting sun period, and the rest minimum temperature is expected to be 20 degrees Celsius. In Dodoma, minimum temperature is expected to be 13 degrees. Beira region, minimum temperature is expected to be 4 degrees. In Mwanza region, we're expecting minimum temperature to be 16 degrees Celsius. Kilimanjaro region, minimum temperature is expected to be 16 up to 17 degrees Celsius. In the Morogoro region, minimum temperature is expected to be 16 degrees Celsius. In the Arusha region, we're expecting sun periods with minimum temperature of 13 degrees Celsius. From Tanzania Meteorological Authority, that is all for today. Thank you for watching and goodbye.
And that marks the end of the news bulletin for tonight. Don't miss our next bulletin in Kiswahili at 11 p.m. On behalf of the whole team, I am Kanki Mwaigomole. Good night.